What is the waiting for go sign under email for staffers?
They created the accounts. They haven't figured out the mechanics of it yet.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense because we wanted to sort of embed it with the snow folks. So
Yeah, that might be like they might have to pay for that through WordPress to have official emails, kind of like Google does for Google businesses. You have to pay for it and
we
stuff.
already paid for it. That's why we have all
Okay.
the bases. That's why you guys all have accounts through Snow. We have unlimited training. We paid for the premium package.
Okay, cool.
So we have everything. It's just a matter of the mechanics. And it seems like something they could have done over the summer, but
We're getting there.
Rachel, I can make you guys your individual accounts. So I just need to know kind of what everybody is, you know. I'll just put everybody as a writer, except for probably Matthew, or, you know, I make the accounts. I'm the only one who can do that, or Professor Barone.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is on the list? So that brings my question. Are you guys going to use Snow as your interface, or are you going to still keep using Google Drives and amalgamations of whatever?
I was curious to see, because I was going to go in, I haven't sat down to do it. I was going to go in and see if we could put things, I know there's an unpublish function to like save stuff. I wanted to see what the mechanics were with that, because when I use my WordPress site, I just post it. You know what I mean? It just, I've never screwed with it. I didn't know if they had like a timer, like you can schedule things to go up, or somebody has to go in specifically on Wednesday at like 6 a.m. or whatever to go in and put it up, or if we fill things in throughout the week once we sort that out.
I mean, I can say I don't have experience with WordPress specifically, but every blogging engine that I've used on the back end has some kind of scheduled publication function in it.
Yeah, in general, Snow at the time. So you want to set it for like 6 a.m. on Wednesday, that would be appropriate.
Yeah.
So
if it does that,
we told our first advertiser, which was Vote America, that we would be up, on the 21st. So, and then they know that we've got every Wednesday is kind of, we're still aiming for a print publication right now because we're a new team. When you have more experience, we can say, well, we want to, put up some scores. We want to put up a review of the theater production this weekend, for example. You don't want to make people wait for a week to read that. So.
Okay. Yeah, then we should transition to using Snow then once we all need to get in there, look at it, see what it does, take some time, and make sure that we're familiar with it. Now, like it says only editors are trained?
No, everybody's trained, but everybody has different access.
Yeah. Well, I meant in your thing, it says only editors trained, question mark.
The question is, you said you didn't want to use the interface. You're going to use Google Drive. So.
Oh, no. I said we were using it now because I was to make sure that, if whoever had access, editors, admin, whatever, because I was unaware that you set permissions for levels.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that's fine. I was just unaware. That's why I brought it up completely.
Okay. So I had a meeting with all the department chairs last week. So we were, highlighting some of the contributions from writers from prior semesters, because they would recognize those names, students that have transferred, and they'd say, oh, good, this is really great. I recognize, these names. And then it was also my way to show how we're able to have student writers do news gathering, in the time of COVID and still maintain, safety protocols and follow everything. So there was the idea that they can have, for their classes, they can have some assignments that would contribute to HawkEye and sort of look at options for writing, write a review, write a game review, write, persuasion pieces, essays. Maybe they could submit it, for the forum section that sort of get them thinking, restaurant reviews or, feature stories or something that they would ordinarily do for their curriculum, maybe tailor it to, extra credit points if they would submit it to us. So that way they saw these other stories come in and then they said, oh, wow, look at that. That was in our community. These were all things that happened right away, when COVID first hit and we shut down. So we did get some good responses, and I will follow up with them. There's, I think, a couple people even in the nursing program that said, well, they have to write these logs in these blogs, so that might be publishable. We can take a few of them and sort of show a day in the life of type thing. So we're getting some pretty good responses from that. So, and I reached out to some people who didn't get Professor Barone's job survey, and I said, hey, just want to check in. You still interested? Are you still here? And they're going to, they didn't indicate that they just got lost. They got missed. So we've got a couple of people who might show back up. So I'll be happy with that once we hear specifically what their interest is. Editors, photographers, or, whatever the case might be. So I'm doing my best for you, but
Any help we can get, that's awesome.
yeah. What else do we have? The social media update is that we have to put in some requests to get into like the student newsletter that goes out. It's rather cumbersome. I think Professor Barone might be involved, and the dean might be involved in some of those things, because I'd be like, we'll just make our own, and then there's a cost for that. Metaphorically, there's a cost if you do something like that. So we might end up with a Facebook group as opposed to a Facebook page. We are part of bureaucracy, so that might happen. And same thing might happen with Twitter, because I said there's a significant amount of ad revenue that we can get with sponsored ads if we decide to go that way. And there's a little bit of pushback sometimes. I'm hearing from other student newspapers that, they can't tell about my malarkey, it says sponsored. So that's just not being a critical reader. But
Yeah, and per social media law and TOS guidelines, they have to indicate that they are ads and they are sponsored, and you have to be transparent per advertising laws. So,
but it's just people not reading them. That's my point.
yeah, and that's not our fault. That's theirs.
Because even the text is different, and you can tell the shading is a little bit different. So it's visible. People just aren't reading. Like, you got fooled, really? That's the point of advertising. You read it.
True story.
That's successful. So, but that's coming. The amount of machination that is happening behind this is astounding. So you should all be very flattered that there's 100 people who are working on this for you, and they're so happy you're here. They're all smiles. So just, if it seems like things are going slowly, it's because they want to do this very, very carefully and do it correctly. But everybody is just all smiles that finally this is, after 2 years of planning, this is at the starting line. And so just be aware that there's a lot of people who are supporting you and working very, very hard to make sure this is successful and that you have everything you need. So I'm amazed. If I have the dean on speed dial say, hey, I need this, and it takes 3 days to get an answer, that says a lot, that she's giving it her attention, that she's asking 5 people, that should go to the chancellor. That's pretty amazing, that people are trying to set this up absolutely perfectly, so it's done right now. So I get a little impatient, like, okay, we could have, never mind. So other things I wanted to make sure got set up, do you have your copy flow deadlines set up? Do we have, photo deadlines? Do we have meeting times established? Just those types of things. Remember, 11/11 is the hoopla edition. That way you've got, 3-4 editions under your belt. Do some special promotions, this virtual ribbon cutting, the staff photos. How would we do that? Things like that. I don't know if you want to do anything in, particular with that edition, because that's Veterans Day as well. So that's my list.
Do we have, I know their student records are questionable. Do we have a list of like veterans that we can reach out to, or somebody can reach out to and ask if they want to be featured for like our ribbon cutting, veterans focus? We can have like their own little thing that says, we're thankful for these students, stuff like that.
Does HAC have like veterans service? Veterans service?
Yeah, it does. It has a Veterans Affairs, like a whole department.
Okay.
Then that might be the people to reach out to.
Okay.
Say, do they have a list, or can we give you a message and can somebody send it out to students who are enrolled in veteran services?
Yeah, so that way they can reach out to us if they want to, or, reach out to them directly and then
because I
some
doubt
sort of back and forth.
I doubt that they would give you the list.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, they might give it to me. I've had that happen before. I've gotten the whole graduating class list, and we were able to send, messages out to them for various reasons. But I think, I think that's rare. And I was quite surprised.
Well, as a teacher, you have class lists anyhow, so you have that certain level of clearance, I guess, security-wise, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, copy deadlines and stuff. I had everyone for the most part return everything by Friday so that over the weekend we could look over them or whatever. For right now, I looked over everything because everything's, messy. But from now on, when we submit things, it'll go to Bethany and Matthew. You'll CC in both of them and then like me and Dugan as well so that we know that they're going out to the, people and stuff like that and back checking. And then I said, if you need more time, Sunday night by the latest, because if you've got one or two stories, that's not so cumbersome to get looked at over Sunday or Monday, and then everything's ready to go Wednesday in case someone gets sick or we've had a couple of stories fall through because of various reasons, because Dugan said he reached out for interview questions and stuff and only one side responded, so now we have to put in at the top so and so was reached for comment, could not be reached for comment or whatever, and make it very apparent.
Did not respond, repeated request for comment.
Yeah.
That's the boilerplate language.
I'm gonna. All right, and then I'm gonna have to head out then. All right, if this is recorded, I'll watch the recording then. Only because I have to get to work then.
Yeah, and the recording should be up on D2L.
Are we doing 3:30 from here on out?
Do you usually go to work at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, on Monday. Yeah.
Okay, then we should try 3 o'clock at least. You're the managing editor.
Yeah.
I
I know that we had talked about 2:30, but I don't know. I think some people have classes at different times, so.
Not up to me.
All right. All right. Well, Stu and I will work it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Julian.
Yeah, and then like I said, set flow. The next set of stories, you'll send them all out to Bethany, so Bethany and Matthew, so you guys can look over and edit them. If you guys have the AP book, the resources, the stuff on D2L, I sent it to Matt because he said he couldn't get. Can you get into the D2L now?
No, I still haven't been able to.
All right, we might have to reach out to IT for that then. I would assume.
I can't imagine. I wonder why. Wonder if,
He's in the class list. They all are.
yeah.
I'm not sure. Unless, Matthew, after this, if you have a minute, I can call you back on here and share my screen and see if there's something that we're missing before we contact IT or.
Sure. I mean, I looked at the screenshots that you sent into the group chat too, and it's like, I'm in the all courses section and it's just not
It just
there.
doesn't. Okay.
Did you check the ongoing courses section too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I checked ongoing, I checked all, I mean, I clicked through all the tabs.
For all the years and stuff.
They're only, yeah. I mean, I haven't been at Hack for long, so there's not that much to search through.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Sometimes that's kind of nice. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I think the only thing we don't have right now is photos for the stories.
Actually, you're gone, Matthew.
Oh,
Sorry, what?
You're gone.
Oh.
well then, that's solved.
What about me?
Oh, you still can't get into it either?
What was that?
Kayla, you still can't get into the D2L?
Nope.
So to say, and I had to look for your email because I apparently missed it when I sent out everything, which I got her now. Okay. Yeah, anyhow, pictures. We didn't get any pictures, obviously, for, reasons. Do you just want me to add, are we allowed to use things, open source pictures and stuff?
Yeah, just give credit.
Okay. I can look up stuff. And Catherine, for your plants, if you want to take pictures, if you have those plants around your house or whatever, because I don't know what they are other than an air plant.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I also have high school experience with photography, so if you guys like need anything like basic, I can take a picture of that.
For
I have
now,
a nice
that's great.
camera, so it works out.
Also, Amanda, I know I sent David Duggan the link to Unsplash. I don't know if he got it to you. I think he said he would. But it's a great resource for royalty-free photos.
Yep. That's the one I use. And then
Okay.
because I pay for Adobe, I use them. Is because you get rights when you pay for it. But not for the school. I'm not going to use that for the school. That's only the Adobe stuff is only for my personal use. Is Kayla in the list? Did you see? Oops. Where is it? There it is.
Let me look. God, stop that. Yeah, Kayla's in the list.
Yeah, David, Rachel, Beth, Matt, Ruth, Catherine, Jess. I have no idea then.
Shayla, yeah, I almost said Shayla. Shaw Kayla is right before my name.
All right. Might have to reach out to IT and see if they know like how to find it or make it show up or if there's something we're missing or whatnot. They may know.
Kayla, are you looking at ongoing?
Yeah.
You got your courses, it says ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens? It doesn't show up there?
Nothing's there.
Hmm.
So I am able to get into it now. So
Yay!
that seemed to have worked.
It's so validating. The little small victories.
Oh, geez. Nope.
So Matthew, that item about interviewing or writing opinion pieces is in one of the modules. I will add more resources as I come across them.
Yeah, I think I got that one specifically to you in an email because you couldn't get in, right?
Yeah, I have. Well, there was one that Carol sent me before that I think was also in the email that you sent.
Okay, cool. All right, what's next? The budget meetings. Yep. So 3 o'clock will be better, correct? For now, for everybody. Is that? I mean, if you're late, that's all right. We can get you caught up. And like she said, they're recorded, so this will all be in the D2L show.
I usually work at 3, but it's okay. I'll just watch the recording.
Okay. Yeah, and if you need anything, always reach out. And then critique meetings. I just kind of did them through email right now because we weren't sure on Thursday what to do because a lot of us have classes and stuff.
Mhm.
So is like 3 a good time? Because Tuesdays or Mondays, where's everyone at on that?
I teach until 4 on Thursday, so
Did we think that Friday would be better?
I think we all liked Fridays, but there was a few that I believe are no longer here that did not like Fridays. But Fridays work best for me. That's the only day that I do not, well, this semester anyway, that I do not work. I work every other day, 12-hour days, if I don't have class.
Okay. Anyone else?
I teach a practicum, so it's off and on, whether we're running around. I actually have some face-to-face classes, so sometimes we're out in the field and sometimes we're not. So I was thinking Thursday evening would be best because that way you get some critique and then you've got,
The weekend.
a few more days to sort of apply what advice or guidance you've been given.
I probably couldn't do Thursdays until the evening time either.
Say it again?
I probably am not free until Thursday evenings either. I have meetings a lot in the day.
So what about Thursdays at 6?
I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like my 8.5 hour shifts. So I don't know. Thursdays I don't get off until 7:30. So we'll see.
Do we know what David's schedule is for Thursday? Anybody?
I think he works night shift for the most part
Okay.
because he does classes during the day.
Okay.
Should we do maybe like the Dropbox for now and set like a deadline? Like it has to be in by 9 p.m. or 9 p.m. Thursday or something, so that we can get to the critiques and then do like inline edits and get them back to them by Friday morning or something like that.
Well, the critique is sort of a staff review of like what's happening, what's working, what's not working, it's.
Oh, like a feedback. Okay.
Yeah, it's a production critique. It's not individual. Like this was really probably very good, but why, I think we could have done this better. We could maybe revamp this. This looks, we need to be better about AP style. We've got too many errors, this or that, this is happening, or, spell check people, things like that.
And I can make those evenings work. I might just have to Zoom from my phone instead of the computer, and if I get a call, I'll just have to put y'all on mute.
Yeah, because any night, I mean, I don't work currently except for this. At night's probably better too for me because of school. Sometimes it's 12 hours, sometimes it's actual school hours. It depends on my daughter's mood that day. And if we're going to break down 30 times or not. Nobody else? Bethany? Ruth? Matt?
Thursdays work for me, in the evening also.
Should we also have some sort of... You work all the time? I'm sorry.
No, I'm free most of the time. As long as it's after 3, I'm good any day.
Okay.
I work before then and have school.
So we could also have a thread too, is like, because I know the actual library guides for like sociology, they have their own thread for like, reach out to me if you need, APA style guide, assistance, or can you check this or whatever, when they have in-class library assistants, like actual ones.
I think the Purdue OWL has AP guides as well. All of you familiar with the OWL, the Online Writing Lab? So that if you don't have a book, that might be a good resource as well.
Does Hack have one through their OWL?
Yeah, it's on the homepage.
For AP, just AP, like
Yeah.
journalistic style? Okay. I would assume so.
So,
I'm trying to think if I've seen it.
I didn't even know it existed until last week. That's why I emailed you about maybe having that in our paper, is like, hey, do you know this exists? Or hey, do you know this exists? Because people are all the time like, when are we getting our refunds? The Hack student page is great for ideas of what we should post.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Or like, I just got an email that if you're going to school again next semester, FAFSAs need to be submitted by now, or like you're allowed to start doing them now.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I didn't do mine yet either. It's fine. What's the conflict of interest policy? Is that to make sure that we are not involved in other things that may sway how we are as journalists?
Correct. I mean, especially in particular, that you're not involved in anything you are going to cover, or you might not be covering a class that has an activity that you're not giving money to. I mean, more serious levels, you're not giving money to a candidate that you're covering, stuff like that. I mean, it is very more serious level. I watched when the governor's press people in California basically, have to resign his position because one of his mutual funds, which was, a Vanguard, which is a package, had utilities in it. And at that moment, we were going through rolling blackouts. It was this big Enron scandal. And he's like, I just, bought Vanguard. I'm like, but you ask, that's no excuse. There's no excuse for that. But he, somebody did some digging and he had to resign. So we have to avoid the appearance of bias.
Yeah, because even as students, like, everything's permanent now. The internet makes everything permanent now. So if you ever plan on doing anything, bias as a journalist will affect a management position somewhere else.
Yeah. Gotta keep
As
it
much. Yep.
So.
Let's see, where are we at? Half an hour?
I just have a quick question. The social media is Kayla, right?
Yes.
Because I had my flight desk training today. That was like 2 hours. Oh my, there's a lot there. And she didn't know if Kayla was going to contact her as well, and then she would talk to Kayla and I together about doing our stuff together. Because there's different prices for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram on their site as well. And I said I didn't know we had a meeting today. I could reach out.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, we have to get approval to have, a Twitter account or we have to get approval for these social media items. And that takes some time.
And Stu, sorry, I think you already said this, but are we doing a meeting on Thursdays? Was that a definite or not?
Yeah, we can shoot for Thursdays. What'd you say, Teresina? 6?
6.
6. We can shoot for that now and see about attendance and then work through the kinks together.
Yeah.
The inverted pyramid is something, when I was editing, is something I completely forgot about for some reason. I mean, I remember it, like everything's important here and then something important and then whatever you can cut at the bottom that can, die on the floor is fine.
No, not really.
Well,
No.
that's how Barone explained it in media writing.
It doesn't work that way because you have to cut for balance.
Yeah, but the stuff that can be cut is at the end of the article.
No, it's not. You cut for content. You don't just chop off the bottom. You end up with an unbalanced article. If you've got a 2-side or 3-issue article and you cut the bottom, then you have completely out of balance. You cut.
Never mind. Anyhow, I didn't know how many words were allowed for the thing because I originally was looking at it, and I think for the theater piece, I told you 500 words? That's too long, isn't it?
It can be with a digital, presence. It could be long. You might think about 250, 300.
Okay.
When I was writing for Examiner, which was all digital, we were one of the first all digital. I was going for 220, 250, and I was more news events,
Yeah.
And I was all animal welfare, so you can only read 220 words for, that. Come to bark in the bargain, there's gonna be dogs, vendors. Okay, that's really all there is. I think 220, 250, and we'll see how that looks. I think that would be a good starting point.
Yeah.
And then you can do, info boxes, if you go, graphics, those types of things, and always end with FMI for more information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Matthew had in his piece at the end, for the mental health piece, there was information to reach out to Mazati's. I don't know how to say it. The thing we partner with, and then he had the Trevor project, the suicide hotlines and stuff. He had all kinds of information at the bottom and where else you could reach out to. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I completely forgot that we can add little clips and nonsense in there. Like I said, I have to get into the back end and look at it.
Yeah.
It's we had an informal talk to each other kind of talky thing planned for, what was it, yesterday or Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
And I myself canceled it, and Rachel went ahead and talked to a couple of them. I'm not sure, because a close friend of mine got a positive result, and I cried all day. And I'm still trying not to do that because she lives far away and she has health issues and 3 children and a husband that doesn't like her a whole lot. So I hope all 5 of them are okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I took yesterday to just exist for a little bit.
You got to do that. You got to do that. Sounds like something you could write about, though.
Yeah, I actually said to Matthew before we jumped in, I want to make you said about the nurses piece, that tied into my thought of either like at least the next article of COVID, because everything's spiking so hard, and how, certain things are influencing it, and people are being a little more cavalier, and, this, that, and the other thing, and 1,000 cases plus a week or a weekend a day, whatever's happening. I get the Penn Live updates a lot. It's just, it's not good.
No,
Our country is thinning, and it's not good.
it's not good. Yeah, from what I understood from the news, ABC affiliate by me, at least, they always say this many more positive, this is how many got tested, this is how many we believe are active cases right now. And that number was like 34,000. I'm like, oh my gosh, in Lucerne County, where I live is, all the schools are having to shut down again. I'm like, yeah, they were the ones that, were most active in terms of, infections in March. Like, you didn't figure it out.
Yeah. Because what was it? Friday, the health department reported 2,219 new cases, the highest one-day total since it began.
Yeah.
And our statewide is 190,579 as of Friday.
Yeah.
So this is very important. There's a lot more people. Jess, you said you had it. Like, there's how many of us in this group? That's 1 in 10, or 1 in, however many there are of us, if we're going to do weird statistics.
At my employer, we have 25 people, and 18 of us had it, and 8 of us had it at the same time. And I'll tell you what, I never wanted it again. I would not give that to my worst enemy. My fiance actually was in the hospital for a while, but I still can drink whatever I want. I can't taste it. I can't smell anything. It's just not fun. And people in this area, they don't even, like, if I wear a mask in public, like, I look like the idiot because I'm barely the only one doing it. Nobody here is paying attention. They have all the schools open. We have our schools open. I mean, they're wearing masks, but our schools are open. They still have all the parades. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, especially, like, I wish we could have done something about Halloween, as I know, like, students aren't going to trick or treat, but they're still going to party probably.
Yeah.
We're going to see an
That's
uptick.
what I think
We're
about that.
really going to see one.
Yes, I think that's an opinion piece. Just if you're so inclined, I think that's an opinion piece. Like, this is the face of COVID. Young people get it. And I am your future. I'm going into the health, the caring professions. I am your future, and and you're going to kill me.
I think it just annoys me so much sometimes because I'm very close with my grandparents. I never go a day without seeing them, and I had to go 4 months without seeing them. And then you just see, like, I'm doing the best everything I can, but what if they go out in public and wear a mask and somebody didn't, and they touched the doorknob and now they might get it? It just frustrates me, and sometimes I have to not think about it because I get so mad.
Yeah, that's exactly how my friend's husband got it. He got it on an airplane because he flies around the country and does prisoner transport, and he was in an airplane. And I personally, I don't know if he wore a mask or not. He's not on my good list at the moment.
Well, where I teach, we had some students who, in March, they still went on their spring break, and then they had to go home. The shutdown was right after. They gave COVID to their parents, and we had 5 students whose parents did not survive because I gave it to them. And so every time my students won't wear their mask or they won't clean off their desk, I'm like, you can kill your family. Remember, those 5 students didn't come back just because one parent passes doesn't mean the bills go away. It's right here. It's on campus. You have classmates who did not come back this fall. How is that not real to you?
Mm-hmm.
They killed their parents. Don't you? I understand object permanence isn't always real to some people, but you made the mothers or fathers widowers, and there's thousands of dollars in medical bills now. Like, how is that not real that it happened to someone your age? No.
Yeah, Jess, that would be a great opinion piece for next article if you want to, like, throw something in.
Yeah. If it's too hard and you don't want to talk about it, there's no pressure.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
So we need to go back to headshots, so we're prepared for our hoopla edition.
Yeah, how are we doing headshots? Should we do like, I don't know, who wants to drive around? I mean, is that even allowed? Because I know like people who, do professional photography who can't because it's not allowed.
Yeah. Well, do we trust each other to submit, own selfies, and if somebody skilled enough to process them in Photoshop?
I can Photoshop. I can send you some of my stuff if you want, Dr. Teach, so you can see that I'm not full of crap.
I never thought that you were.
Well, I'm self-taught, so I just play with filters, and if it looks good to me, it's cool.
And if it's not, I'll tell you. No, I'm
Yeah. No, that's fine. Tell me. But yeah, I was thinking headshots, find like a background. If you've got nice curtains in your room, use natural light. Make sure the natural light is hitting you, and you've got a nice background. A lot of us have iPhones, up-to-date Androids. Maybe. I mean, Rachel, you said you don't have a phone, but you have headshots, so you're good. Just if you have to go outside, stand near a tree.
It doesn't come out of your head.
Yeah, make sure it's like here. I mean, Google headshots. That'll give you a good idea for what to look for. Trying to think lighting. If you don't want to go outside, midday, if you do go outside, is the best for lighting because it's right here. I know I have an issue because I have a light. I have like 3 windows over here. When I have class with Barone over there, I'm way worse than this if I don't turn lights off in my house. I'm just this white thing because I'm so pale. But yeah, midday, my kitchen's beautiful for light. I always selfie in there.
It's
I'm sure all of, yeah.
Don't photograph yourself straight on. Turn a shoulder a little bit and then turn back so you don't get like a frying pan, sort of flat panorama look. So make sure yourself a little bit 3D. So just be aware of that. But if you Google headshots, they'll give you some direction.
Also, like if for whatever reason you can't get enough natural light, if you have to use artificial lights, I would recommend avoiding compact fluorescents because they have a tendency to distort color. So,
good point.
Those compact fluorescents are the spiral light bulbs, right?
That's right. Well, all fluorescents will distort colors, but people don't usually have the long tube ones in their homes.
Yeah, and if you have a selfie like light, I need one. Those are good too. I used to have one that clipped onto my phone for like Facebook Lives when I sold crap that nobody wants. They were really good.
Okay.
Then just get them to all of us, I guess.
Okay, well, do you want me to create a Dropbox for you to drop them in, and I could get them to whoever, to you, or to, what would be the most expedient way to do this?
I mean, outside of Kayla, we could just use a Dropbox, make a thing that says headshots, and everybody gets them in there by a certain time so that we have them.
Or does Kayla, do you want to do this since you're assistant photo editor?
Yeah, that's fine.
Give you some experience?
Sure.
Okay, we gotta give you something to do till we get our social media up and running.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can we best get them to you? Can we upload them into Snow, and then Kayla can get them? I could possibly do that. I think. We created a Dropbox, and then I could put them in. That's my guess.
I'm gonna. Oh, is it the HawkEye? I have it saved on my phone, not my PC.
It's Hack HawkEye.
Okay, yeah, because the HawkEye is already a newspaper.
Yeah, I think it's Iowa.
So if we do one, should we send them to one of you two to see if they look okay before we submit them? To see if we need to retake one, or?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll create a Dropbox, and if Kayla thinks that they're not workable, then she can get back to you. How's that?
That's a good idea.
Sure.
You're the boss on this one.
So take like 4.
Yes, send her some options, horizontal, two horizontal, two vertical. That's the rule.
As many options as you'd like.
Okay.
So are we sending our articles and pictures all through a Dropbox now instead of through email, or when we're doing it for edits, do we still email it to you?
I'm going to create your writer's account and you will upload it to Snow once you do your training.
'Cause-
So even when we write like a rough draft, though, do we not email it to Bethany and Matthew, or do we just put it in the Dropbox?
That's up to you guys to decide what sort of flow you want, but
Where is it in the back end for somewhere to just drop? Just in stories, add stories?
okay, I can open more windows.
So do you want me to screen share so you know what I'm looking at?
Sure, yeah, that's easier.
Okay. Yeah, this one. This one? Here, I'll only show the website. Is it up?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. So I went into stories over here,
Uh-huh.
and then depending on who has been in here or not, you'd write your headline, add your stuff, put your stuff, your name, your title, whatnot. And then over here on the right hand where it says design options, at the bottom it says publish. So would we just edit this,
Okay.
make it private,
Yes.
and then you would hit publish and it would go in. Hold
Yeah.
on. And then she said, make sure if you put your headline in first, ignore that, it will save. It'll initiate the auto save before you put anything else in. So yeah, let's see what it does.
Post published. There it is.
Yep. And this is the permanent link to go to it.
Mhm.
Now, where is it?
There was also a save
Aha.
draft option that was separate from publish. I'm not sure. We might want to use that.
Here, let me see what it does. No, type things, please. There we go. This one?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I haven't used WordPress before again, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I haven't touched mine in a while. And then go into stories. Yep. Draft. Private. Yep. As long as you don't publish them, if you have that access and you want someone to look over them, yeah, throw them in there. That makes sense. That works. Great. All right. We are at almost an hour. I can delete these, right?
I'm sorry. I'm like way behind.
It's okay.
I don't think I got anything about snow.
I wouldn't have sent that out. Did I? Oh, I did send the links out.
You did send the link out.
That was when I had to contact her directly and was like, hey, what's going on? And then she's like, I didn't get anything. And I was like, what did I do? So I guess I had to send that out to her. It
Yeah.
should be in the general chat, but it's probably buried now. So I will get that to you and email it to you so you have it.
Thanks. And then we're just sending in the headshots through snow.
Yeah, there's a media. Oh, I'm not sharing it anymore. At the toolbar to the left of the screen at the bottom, it says media, library, add new next to it. And you can just upload your images straight into there.
Okay.
Unless you want to do the D2L, but you said you don't have access to it yet, so. Yeah, you can do that once you get your login, Kayla. Or not Kayla, sorry,
Yes. Cool.
Rachel. No, I read chat.
Oh, sorry. Like.
Yeah. So that works. And then also, since I'm in there and I'm going to poke around today and look at snow, if you have any questions, DM me on Zoom and I can share screen and walk things through and talk to you if you need it. Because if we have to like reach out to snow all the damn time, it might not be time efficient.
Shouldn't have to. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think snow's easier than flight desk.
I'm sorry?
I think the snow site is a lot easier to manipulate than that flight desk. Oh my.
Yes,
Yeah,
I-
I don't think I want to do anything with that.
That's why we pay the big bucks, Jess.
She talked so fast, and then she was in and out, and then she just went through it like I knew what I was doing. I'm like, hold on, like I don't even know how to log in here yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and they're all like that too. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
Right. I think we covered anything. Does anybody else have any additional stuff?
I have to talk to Mrs. T and whoever else wants to about the media kit, about setting the prices. The flight desk lady, she emailed me 3 times since our meeting. Do you have those yet? And I said, well, our meeting's not till 3:30. Okay. Are you gonna get back to me? Yes, I'll get back to you. Ignore her.
So they want our rate kit, but they're the ones that send us the rate kit.
Yeah, she wants to know, because I have to go in and put all the prices in there then, because right now I guess they have people working on to put ads in, but they have no prices listed right now.
Oh, they had a Vote America ad that they were just waiting for our content to go up. And
I didn't see that whenever she showed it to me. She's like, they should be coming in here shortly. She's like, but it's going to have no pricing in until you go in and put all the pricing in. She's like, and then I'll fix it.
okay. And did you look at the rate kit that they sent?
I did look at it. I mean, I'm not going to say I understood it 100%, but I definitely did look at it.
Okay.
I just don't know. I've always been like the person that I always feel bad charging people a lot of money, so I don't really know what's a lot and what's not a lot.
Okay. All right.
$100 for like the first week, and then each additional week they have $100.
Okay. That's about right. Okay. Well, if anybody has anything else, speak now. Otherwise, then Jess and I will just continue talking.
I just had a question about articles for the articles that we wrote. How are we submitting them for this upcoming article? Are Stu and David just gonna go in and put those in for the first one?
To publish live? Yeah, I was planning on, that's why I want to get in today. I was going to go ahead and put them unpublished and make sure finished ones were up so that Wednesday when we figure out a time or I can, set the time for them to go live. I was going to poke around and do that.
So I also looked at Amanda your edits in my essay.
I can't hear you.
That's why my mouse is not working.
Okay.
I was just saying that I was looking at the edits you made in my essay, and like just from a stylistic perspective, there's some that I am not really in favor of.
No, and I understand that. That's why there's
Okay.
suggestions, but also it's not an essay. It's a journalistic article. You need to write tight. You have to cut things out. You can't be wordy. You can't be repetitive. I went through and checked it myself, and then I ran it through, the program that I use, and it threw a lot of stuff at me as this is wordy. This, this sentence doesn't make sense. You can't confuse the writer. Like I told you before, when Barone told us in media writing that the average reader is a 7th grader, you have to write a little different instead of an essay. You can't write academically or else you will put the reader off.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, we don't want that at all. We don't want them to feel like they can't come read our articles because they're students.
Yeah, well, as it stands now, I wouldn't be comfortable having my name on it, to be frank.
Okay. That's fine. And go ahead and rewrite it and send it to me.
Is that a personal column or is that the staff edit?
It was the editorial on that mental health.
Staff editorial is staff. Doesn't have a person's name on it. Yeah, that's the staff voice.
Oh, interesting. I guess I misunderstood where it was going.
Yeah, I thought he was to write, his name because he's the opinion editor. I thought it came directly from him. So I guess it would fall back on me then as like the
No.
face of it, but it's the whole team. Yes.
That's why he comes to these budget meetings with sort of 3 ideas. This is what I think we should have in the paper this week, you know, whether it's COVID or it's elections or like, because there's election boxes on fire that have been set on fire. People put their ballots in, they're on fire. There might be, you know, safety or, you know, what's happening that we should pay attention to. And then staff sort of says, yeah, we should have this. And we offer some language to him so he knows what the staff position is and has some language. So he's like, well, what is our voice? What does it sound like? So he's not, you know, trying to figure out what this group voice is. And then he presents it, you know, in his draft and everybody sort of reviews it. So it's not all on Matthew, but he is sort of the negotiator. And so
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't clear.
it was in the job description and we talked about it last week.
I mean, I read the job description and I didn't get that understanding. So I maybe I should have paid more attention to it, but I was not clear on that.
Anything else?
Me by email, and then I upload it on Snow.
Was the photo editor, you have to make sure that they're all right and double check them and stuff before you submit them to be posted.
Okay.
Okay. Do you use editing software or anything like that?
I mean, I use Photoshop. That's about it.
Okay.
Kayla, what is your email? Or is that in the Zoom? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Well, thank you.
No one else?
Oh, I was gonna ask you, are you still working on feedback for my article?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it today.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure and like see where that was.
Yeah, I don't, you may not have, I think I thought I emailed you last night that said I was gonna read it in the morning, but I needed to make sure my child got done with school at 2:30 today.
Yeah.
And then I'll sit
Okay.
down and I'll focus on HawkEye stuff. That's
Mhm.
all my plans for the rest of the night.
Oh,
Okay,
and
yeah, thank you.
to say, if anybody needs an idea for an article tomorrow, the SGA book club, they're doing a discussion on just mercy. But after that, they're actually having a speaker come in and talk about like, I think it's like the justice system and just different problems with it. And that is open to all teachers and staff. So if anybody is interested, because that's something that some students will have been focusing on anyways for the book club, if you're interested, I can get you that link.
That's good. Yes, we can put that in the topic of stories. That's the Thursday at 6, right?
Tuesday at 6, so tomorrow.
Oh, no. I mean, for stories next week.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
Okay. It might, just DM me on Zoom because I might be able to add that onto Snow directly as like a blurby thinger so that it's like upcoming events. Like I can add it to the list of things like that.
I'm not gonna make the Thursday at 6 meetings like ever, so I'll probably just put what I think I want to write in chat, and then we'll figure it out from there, right? Is that fine?
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Okay.
We'll iron out all these details eventually. Because again, it's going to change every semester. If people come and go and people leave and, classes change. Because next semester, I'm going to focus on Monday, Wednesday classes because my PR writing class is only on those days. And I'm, and some of us might not come back. Some of us might come back. We'll see. Well, wait, that's tomorrow, Rachel. So it won't hit for Wednesday, right? So it's too late. We can talk about stuff that's coming up sooner, I guess, or not sooner, but like within the next cycle, I guess. Is that a good idea, Dr. T? Do like a SGA featured, like what's upcoming?
Sure.
Okay, because I know the chef dude, he does his YouTube thing, and that's really cool.
I'm actually working on an ad for him right now. I'm in contact with the handout that Rachel gave me, so I'm working on that right now.
Awesome. Okay.
Are you talking about
what
Chef
headshot?
Tom or Chef Tom? I don't know if you know this, but he is also a professional ice carver. So
Okay.
he goes around to these Winterfest things and chainsaw carves ice.
Huh.
Yeah. And he's got pictures from all kinds of stuff that he's done. Just a little bit of tid for you about, he's a fascinating guy, but he's going to be gearing up soon for ice carving.
Oh,
We could
yeah.
throw that in his bio.
When did you want headshots in by?
I don't think we
Whenever.
said. I don't think we
Okay.
said.
I don't like taking pictures of myself, so it may be like 2 weeks until I
Oh,
find out one
no.
that's nice for me.
Just start walking around your house when there's light and take 30 pictures and then, I don't know, pick.
Email you like 100.
That's fine. I'll look at
All
100
right.
pictures. And then I'll send Kayla 100 pictures and we'll all just pick one. It'll be fine. Because headshots, they're probably not going to make it by Wednesday. I don't know.
We don't need it by Wednesday, but I want it for the Hoopla edition.
Yes. So I can't see my calendar.
About a week.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do for election coverage?
Other David, Dugan, he got, like I said, he only got the Democrats to answer questions. The Republicans didn't get back to him at all. And then we don't have like I told you in the other email, we don't have the election box drop story because that person's no longer here. The other one who I thought was going to be useful in other election coverage to, give us ideas and stuff, he abruptly gave the quitting email as well, which during that meeting, I was with him. It seemed like he was really busy anyhow, so it's all right. I kind of expected it. Other than that, Bethany I passed off to her the debate review. I told her to focus on fact checks and what happened and give a very dry run by. I have to look at that story still because it showed up in that's the one I told I would read this morning. Showed up in my email box last night at 9 or 10.
Well, what about the races that are local to all the campuses? And do you want to start reporting results? Do you want to create some focus groups of students and say, hey, can we talk to you? What are you thinking about? Do some follow-up, and you could, go to a little bit later on November 4th, post that morning and just get some student reactions and have some people to contact in advance, other student groups, student campuses, student leaders, political science classes. Are they going to watch the returns together? Because I know there was some debate watch in some classes last week, just sort of plan something, get student voice on the local races.
That's great, but how? Who do we talk to? Who do we reach out to? Where do we go? I've never canvassed. I've never any of that.
Talk to the student government. Rachel, you might know some of the student leaders on campuses. Reach out to political science professors. Just go through the directory, find out, are they doing anything? And I'm sure they are, with their classes for extra credit. Are they watching together, doing a Zoom on the returns, see if there's any clubs on campus, libertarians, Republicans, Democrats, again, campuses, see who's doing what and see, can you make some appointments, to talk to them in advance.
We had someone who, it was someone who works for the Democratic National Convention in Dauphin County, and he said he wanted to come in and do a nonpartisan kind of presentation for our SGA group, but he was really interested in sharing videos and things that he had for that also. So Stu, if you want, I can pass on his information to you.
Okay, now is that something I'm supposed to do or are the editors supposed to do that? Where are we supposed to delegate this stuff? Because that's starting to get a little muddy.
Well, I would just sort of set up a team of people and delegate different responsibilities. This could be a big effort, but it could be also a great experience. Have somebody, talk to political science professors and have somebody else look at, the student leaders and say, hey, are you guys doing anything? Somebody else look at the political parties or, party clubs on campus. You know what I mean? If there's Democrat or Libertarian or Constitution Party, whatever's happening on campus, fan it out and say, who's going to do what, because we know things are going to be happening.
Okay.
I think you guys should try to have a good experience since you are student media, This is not going to happen again in 4 years. You probably won't be in college in 4 years, hopefully.
That's the plan.
I had
No
a
graduate degrees for any of us.
well, there was a student when I was at another college, and he was kind of changing career, but after like 5 years, like he's still here. Like, what's he majoring in? He's majoring in college. So he was that guy. So it does happen. But just think of, I don't know who your local, I don't know what do you do, the 63rd district? I don't know, but just think about this. Maybe your local leaders, Chamber of Commerce. Where's your local DNC and RNC going to be?
You said ask them like their reactions.
Yeah, is it close? Is it not close? What are they surprised about? There's all kinds of polls, but they only indicate statistics of likely voters. Not everybody votes. Things happen. And sometimes people don't vote down the ballot either, or they vote only down the ballot and they don't vote for other offices. They go, oh, wow, I didn't hear about these judges. I didn't hear the coroner. Like, are you kidding me? And yeah, I don't know what this means. Auditor General, I didn't pay attention. I'm not going to vote.
Yeah, like I'm a registered Democrat, but I have voted Republican numerous years. Hilda. I'm reading chat, sorry. I keep forgetting it exists. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're an hour now. I wanted to shoot for 45, but the first structured meeting is good. The first meeting was, we're not going to think about that.
Just to give you something to think about, election time. And then your hoopla is a week after. Hey, is Professor Barone, are you still here?
Yeah.
Yep, you couldn't hear me nod, but I was nodding yes and realized, oh, you can't hear that. Yeah.
Can you tell this wonderful group of people your idea about the ribbon? I was trying to explain it. I didn't do very well.
So I don't know how wonderful it is, but the idea was to have a ribbon cutting with all the staff, each of you having like a 12-inch piece of ribbon and then everybody cuts at the same time, and we take a screen capture of the cutting, that everybody is cutting the ribbon. Ouch. And because it's hard to do a virtual ribbon cutting, but of course it's hard to do a ribbon cutting for a website anyway. So the image then could be Photoshopped to have the HawkEye logo above it, the students, everybody cutting their ribbons, on the Zoom chats. Maybe we can rope Ski into it as well and get him a ribbon and cut too, and have like that group image, because the image is going to be what's important.
I was actually thinking about that today because a friend of mine, she did for one of our communities, we all did like a hangout potluck where we all brought food and we talked to her there on Zoom. She took a screenshot of all of us and cut each little box out and did like around the screen and like of the group's logo, because we're called like the bobbleheads or whatever. Don't ask. And she made like this cute, like, this is our community potluck, and this cute little, display. I was thinking if we can somehow get our little names taken off so that they don't distract from what's going on, we could get a screenshot and I could cut everybody out and make it all cute and have our little ribbons and add the HawkEye stuff, and I'd be down for that.
About going with cute.
Well, cute, presentable,
okay,
as
but not like quilty cute.
No, I'm not going to stick flowers and hearts on it. That's ridiculous. But like make it interesting enough that it's, we're all excited about this. It's the paper, the paper for the school, all the students, it'll have the feeling of we're excited. This is a thing. We're doing this,
Kayla might have some ideas too, how to do this.
Not right now.
Yeah, she kind of came into this a little late, so we're getting there though. And without the social media, it makes it hard to like go from there, because now she's the de facto photo editor. So we gotta get that sorted.
Professor Barone, how long is it going to be before we get any social media approvals?
I'm not sure. I thought that was kind of over into your court with working with OCA.
How long do you think it's going to take? I don't know who these people are. The Oka people.
It took us maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
It didn't take long for the comm department to get their Facebook group going, so it shouldn't take long.
Okay. Cool. All right, Kayla, you'll be busy soon.
No problem.
Okay. I'm done. If everyone else is good.
I'm done. Hopefully we get social media in time for hoopla. I don't know why I'm calling it a hoopla. Somehow it just popped in my head and it's just stuck. So that's what it is. It's our hoopla. Is that a word? I don't know. Okay. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Does everybody know what they're doing for next week? Did you the story assignments for next week?
Well, I asked them to have stories ready for this, but we didn't get there. So
I can still do. I
we'll
can
get
still
there.
do the funeral thing. I
Okay.
didn't write that yet. I could
That's all right.
probably do that, and I could write another thing about plants because apparently I like talking about them. So
And it was good little blurb. But yeah, we have a writer's chat through the Zoom. We have an informal one, so where they can like throw ideas off of each other and stuff and discuss stories and then reach out to like the editors and stuff for now.
Okay.
Because there's no like real-time chat function through D2L. And it's good to just have like a virtual, newsroom, war room kind of reach out.
Yeah, I can say I don't have a shortage of ideas.
Glad to hear it. Okay, Amanda, I'm going to send you the honors list.
Okay.
So I guess I think we're talking about like a kudos section, like a standing section whenever we have something that would fit that description. Anybody getting any awards? But I think that's what we're talking about calling it. If you have a different idea, let me know.
Yeah, because I reached out to yep, there goes my brain. Tutoring, the Facebook tutoring group. I joined that because she tries to post on the students page every now and then and it gets ignored. So I realized after a week of being in there, she does a tutor focus of the individual tutors that are a part of everything. And I wanted to showcase that they are real people, that they are there. These people will help you. They're not just you submit to some third party company and someone shows up. They are students like you. They're there to help you. This is the face of them. I wanted to have, a focus, not every week, obviously, because she only does it every so often. And I don't want that to take up its whole section. But this is this department. This is this thing. These people got this. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on.
Okay. Coolio.
I'm just waiting for them to email me back because she did give me who to email. So I did that.
Okay. Rock and roll, kids.
All right. Bye.
Okay, so look for me. You'll get an email. I will send you an email and say, this is your name. So Kayla, I might say, this is your username. I might say like photo Kayla, and I'll send you a password. That will be the password that Snow suggests. So it will be like gobbledygook. And then you can go in, log in, and then you can change everything. Does that make sense? You might get an auto-generated message also that says you are now in Snow, but then you can use the link that Amanda sends you, and that's how you do your training. Okay, everybody, you can all get the same thing. Okay. All right, gang. Good job. I will see you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I'm muted. I'm just talking and nothing's happening. I didn't know if you wanted me in the meeting or not. You sent me I got the reminder, and I don't know if that was just because I'm logged into it or not, but after your email from